Welcome back to another episode of Out of Bounds. I am your host, Darian, the Mouth of the South, Gray. And on this episode, we're going to go through a variety of topics. We're going to talk about Lamar Jackson's MVP reign with his matchup against the 49ers. We're going to talk about some TSU sports. We're going to talk about Luka Doncic and is this man elite? And then we also going to have a real special question for Ill Will. Like I said on the Mouth of the South, let me introduce my co-host starting from right to the left. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, sir. It's the host with the most sauce, Saucy Dave. How y'all doing?
Hey, y'all. It's Celine Lady Tia J.
What's good, everybody? Wilson Cheney, a.k.a. Truly Humble. What's good?
Man, thank y'all for joining us today. You know, it's real special for me. Let's jump into TSU sports. The football team is finished for the season. So I'm going to start off from left to right, and I'm going to end it up. Give me one word to describe the season. You can explain your word, too. Go ahead.
I say underwhelming because, I mean, as everybody knows, this is my first football season here, like, watching this team.
Wow, it is.
And we got, like, a lot of preseason hype talking about the Sauce U, and I really had high hopes in the defense. But, I mean, as the season went on, I just started to slowly see, like, we just weren't ready to win games. I mean, we just had a lot of holes in our offense. I mean, our offensive line couldn't protect DeAndre, and it was like – it was kind of disappointing, but, I mean, hey, it's always next year, I guess.
No, I want to take that. You said the Sauce U, so I think it's only right that we go to our, our constituent Saucy Dave.
Oh, yeah, Saucy Dave.
Understood.
Understood, just a natural progression.
Understood. I understand. But my one word would be, I guess it would be disappointed. Disappointment. They didn't win no games. Offer, like goose egg. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that hurt right there. That's that hurt. Like I don't really have to. In these last episodes, I really told y'all how I feel about it, so y'all know. So I don't want to be real disrespectful about it because looking at the record, they was disrespectful to themselves. So. With that being with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Obviously there's work to be done, probably coach wise and player wise, I don't know, but something needs to happen because we can't do this no more. Like we can't not win a game. Like at least homecoming, like Mississippi Valley, like somebody. We gotta do something different next year, bro. We can't be disappointed no more. Can't do this no more.
Tia J.
One word I would say would probably be difficult. I think it was difficult on the players. I think it was difficult on the coaches. Just going through the whole season and then even like halfway through the season still not winning a game. I felt like it was just difficult for them to even come together. So like piggybacking off of Dave and Will, let's just hope they have a better season next year and come together more. This season was new coaches, new players. So just make it go a little bit easier next season.
Definitely. So my one word is eager because I'm sure that just like me, all the players are eager to get to spring football and please put this bitter taste of 0-4-11 behind us. So unfortunately I'm graduating, so I won't be able to see the next football season just like here. I will be checking the results and I will be celebrating our first win because it's been a while and I know that everybody is eager to get to better days. At least in spring practice, you can just compete against yourself. Somebody got to win. It's a scrimmage. Somebody has to win. There's a lot of pieces. A lot of guys are young. Corley, Franklin, Badajoe, Big Ike, and they should get Julian Marcantel back. So I think that we got a lot of pieces to be eager and happy about. Hopefully the talent level turns into wins.
Yeah, it was a disappointing season, but, there were some bright spots in it. Like you said, Donnie Corley, he's the second receiver in school history to hit over 1,000 yards. And I want to give another big shout-out to Chris Long, our tight end, because he just recently got named into the FCS Bowl.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he did a pretty good job this season. I just want to give a big shout-out to him. So even though it was a bad season, we got to embrace the bright spots, too, that happened in this season as well. So, it's always better for next year, too.
My boy Chris, man. That's my guy. I'm so happy for him. But, yeah, it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people just got to hope, that they can restock, get another year. Johnson's going to be gone, so Devin Williams might be the quarterback. Might be one of them young guys, them freshmen they got in there. It's just a matter of who's going to be there, but it's time to restock. Everybody tells you that the second year is the year that you got to go. You get to get your players, get to get your recruits. So we'll see what McKinney does in the second year. But like I said, I'm eager, extremely eager to see what's going to happen with this team. But let's go into the sports that are now coming up with men's basketball. And I want to start off. Actually, I'm going to ask y'all, who wants to take this question first? What is your biggest takeaway from the season thus far? You got to.
Yeah, I'll go. Honestly, I don't feel like there's any takeaway from this season. I know in our last podcast we talked about them not playing well and like kind of everyone getting their own points and not really playing for a team. That honestly might be the only takeaway, but other than that, I feel like it's going to be a good season. Yeah, they have a couple losses already, but yeah, I feel like they're doing great. And everybody contributes in points, rebounds, and assists. So,
yeah, my takeaways are I feel like we are playing very well this season so far, regardless of the losses. But I feel like the biggest takeaway we need to emphasize on is we need to be better on the rebounding end and three-point shooting. Definitely. Because I feel like we have a lot of talented three-point shooters on the team. Like, you got Jordan Andrews, you got Bryson the Cannon NTN. I call him the Cannon, though, because of that shot. That man can knock it down when he's hot. And
yes, sir. Bar.
For real.
Yes, sir. That was a bar. Yes,
Bar,
sir, Will. I hear you,
Will.
Will. I hear you, Will.
And we also got Tyree playing well, too. He just recently got named the SWAC Player of the Week because he averaged 25 and 3 steals, which is very impressive to me. And so far, I mean, as the season goes on, I feel like we're really going to show some growth, and it seems exciting to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all saw the Lamar game, but that was a pretty dope
it was a good first home game, a great first home game.
I just feel like I guess the thing to take away right now so far is just probably I feel like they need to grow more as a team. But they still good though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the beginning of the season, so I'm not really worried about it because they already showing flashes that they can, make it far. So I'm not really worried about it. But, I feel like as they grow more as a team and come together more in the locker room and the camaraderie come together, everything will be okay. So I'm not really too much worried. And the boys doing their thing, Tariq doing his thing. They beat Lamar, beat North Kentucky. So we good. We're good. We're going to keep it going. Just keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest takeaway is probably the fact that we're going to have to score by committee. Last week we were talking about who was going to be the scorer, who's going to step up, and I had a few choice words. Y'all got on me about it too, about how I said I didn't think it was going to be Tariq, and I stand 10 toes on it. I still don't think it is because I love him as a distributor. I really like him facilitating the ball. I feel like he is extremely good at it, and I think that when I say we have to score by committee, I look at North Kentucky, we have 5 scorers in double figures. Versus Montana, we have 4. And against Lamar, we have 3. So everybody is getting their points. And with so many guys who want to score, especially with Eaton being out, I think that Tariq distributing it, passing off to all those guys like the Cannon, like you said, can shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can see it. In the pick and roll action, when Eaton comes back, the pick and roll is made for a point guard like Tariq. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I still think that we're going to have to score by committee. I know y'all probably still don't agree with me about Tariq, but I just think he's great. He can score. Don't get me wrong. I've seen him be able to score. He was one of the few players who was in double figures all 3 of those games I mentioned. I just also love him as a distributor.
I mean, Tariq, though, like you said, he is a great distributor, but he's a great scorer, too. When on the court, he's extremely shifty. He can shoot threes.
He's the best player on the team,
pull flow
in my
on the top of
opinion.
the key.
He can play defense. He can do all of that. I'm not trying to take away. I don't want it to seem like I'm taking away from him as a player. I think he's the guy. I think he's the best player. Eden might have something to say about it when he comes back, but those two are definitely, the top 2 on the team as of right now from what I see. I just think that
you just
when
want
other
him to make
people
a
can
big
score,
jump, basically.
Other people can score. I'm not saying that he can't, but other people can score, and he's 100% the best passer. Mm-hmm. So I just think it fits in. And with the heavy pick and roll that we were talking about last week, it fits. The skill set of a distributor, it fits. That's it.
But I also agree with Will more, too. I feel like he can score. Like, he can score when we need it. He scores when we need our points.
I think y'all missing it. I'm not saying the man can't score.
You just feel like he's a better distributor.
I am saying he can score, but his facilitating abilities will be more necessary when you have all these guys who can score.
Right.
You got Yahuza Razas, Justin Hopkins, Chris Baldwin, Bryson Etienne, John Walker III. All these guys can score, and I'm not saying Tariq can't. I'm just saying Tariq can get it to him as well. And I think that is his greatest ability. He's a maestro. He can control the game. He can lock you up on the other side. He's a great two-way player. So please don't take this as any kind of disrespect. I know that Tariq can ball. The man can hoop. All I'm saying is I really like him passing the ball, and he can get it. I know he can go get it. He dropped 25 points for us recently. I know he can go get it. Ain't no question about that. I think as long as we understand that I'm not knocking his ability to put the ball in the hoop, but I'm also praising his ability to get it to others.
And like you said earlier when you said score by committee, I think that's going to get better as the season goes on too. Like John Walker, like you said, in the Lamar game.
Version.
The third
version.
Yeah, last game he had 20 points and 5 rebounds against Lamar, and he showed a great display of his skills. Like I talked to a coach earlier, he said he could move like a guard in a big man's body because he is 6'9". And we saw him like hit a couple threes in the game, and his handles are kind of pretty good for a big man too as well. And Bryson too. If you really look at his numbers, like he could shoot, but he's been kind of off lately as well. But once he's able to find his shot, I feel like this team could grow even further. And like everybody overall on the team, it's still early in the season. They just still need to find their shot. And Tyreek, he won player of the week, but he's shooting 43% from the field. So imagine when he gets better at that notion. I feel like he'll be a lot better. And then the team as a whole.
Definitely. So moving into the ladies' side, we will be seeing their home opener versus Rice this Saturday. But I got one question for y'all. Can this team be better than last year's ball club?
I think so. Seeing them practice and stuff, in the open gym, I just feel like other than the men's team, I feel like their chemistry is what's making them better, I guess. They, like, interviewing the coaches and the players, they just, as they said, like, just the team bonding and everything, I feel like that helps them come together. So last year, when I watched them last year, they didn't seem as close as the team this year. And I really feel like having a close bond with the team is going to have a close bond on the court, and that's what you need.
I mean, I feel like we could improve last year from what we were because we have new players this year as well, and we have Siani Cryer. She's been playing pretty well at the point guard position. And this women's team, we're a team full of dogs. I mean, Nia Mitchell, a dog, a proven dog. Rochelle Velez, a dog. Cryer, she's a dog as well, and we see that. And this team really, like, there's some flashes during the season of our true potential. And that last game against Colorado, even though we lost, we forced 18 turnovers. Our only flaw about that game is we just weren't hitting shots. I mean, Nia Mitchell, she went 4 for 11. Cryer, 2 for 8. So, I mean, once this team really gets rolling around, I think we're really going to be fearsome in the SWAC. I really do.
I feel like this team probably can be better than the team last year only because, new coach. And I feel like, what she brings to the table is the ability to bring the girls, together as a team, probably better than the last coach did. Not knocking the last coach because she was great.
We love Coach Hayes.
I do.
Shout
she
out
was
Coach
cool.
Hayes.
Probably one of the best coaches I've ever talked to. I ain't gonna lie to you. She was so cool and laid back. But yeah, I just feel like the camaraderie between this team probably gonna be a little bit better than the one last year. That's all. Like, I always say that though. The relationship on and off the court, on and off the field that's big because, when you cool off the court, when it comes to the court, then everything's just going to be smooth. Everything's going to be smooth. So I just feel like, the coach brings a different vibe to this team, which would make them better than the team last year.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement with all of y'all. Ain't no disagreement here. I believe that this team is definitely going to be better. I think they will be better. I might even go on a limb and say they are already. I think that with Ataya Bridges, she's shooting 44% from 3. Rochelle Velez right now shooting 30% from 3. And she heated up the last 2 games, playing extremely well. And Nia's more explosive than she was last year. And a lot of her game is predicated upon explosiveness. So, and with the new coach, I'm interested to see her scheme in person. But, yeah, if they can keep shooting better, because last year we were just shooting up shots to try to keep defenders out. But now if we're making them, they're going to have to really guard that perimeter, add that in with Nia's dominance in the paint, because I do not believe that there is I don't believe there's a better SWAC player within the paint than Nia Mitchell.
Oh, no.
And she ain't the biggest person out there. And I still think that's true. You give me your centers, there's nobody better in the paint than Nia Mitchell.
And she has been saying, too, she's looking for a putback dunk this year, too, because there were
I'm waiting on that.
For real, because there were videos of her out during the summer of her dunking the ball. So, I mean, if I'm right, so I watch y'all head because she's gonna try and catch y'all slipping. That's for sure. So yeah, like Darian said, like I don't think there's no paint player better in the SWAC than Naya.
Yeah. Well, there y'all go. After this little break, we'll be right back with Little Professional Sports. And welcome back to Out of Bounds. We are about to get into our professional sports, and we're gonna start off with Will because you are the basketball head of the cast. And we got a question, man. Is Luka Doncic elite?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I remember when I
about.
first started, like when the season first started, I was going on and on about Luka about he was a top 5 guard in the league, and everybody was like, "What? You are crazy. You are ludicrous. You do not know what you're talking about." Do you know what this man is doing right now? This man is averaging 31, 10.5, 9.5 assists a game. And I might go on to say he's probably the best 20-year-old the NBA has ever seen. If you compare numbers to LeBron and KD when they were 20, Luka outshines them. I mean, Luka, he has a better shot than LeBron has when he first came to the league. Because his shot really didn't get developed until probably like his 5th or 6th year or when he got into Miami, some people would say. And he's a better passer than KD. I mean, even though KD is a scorer. But my point I'm trying to double down is Luka, he has such an effect on the game compared to most legends we've seen at 20. And I feel like it's becoming more and more obvious now. Dallas is top 4 in the West. They're beating the elite teams in the league. I mean, I don't know what else is there to say about Luka that already hasn't been said.
Yeah, as you were saying earlier, you said that. I remember you talking to me and Dave, and you were like, "No, he's probably not going to be top 5." But honestly, I got to give it to you. You're right on this one. I feel like he is elite. Like you said, he's averaging 30 points, triple-double. One of the 3 players to do so. So I feel like he is elite.
I still don't think he's top 5 point guard, but I ain't got my list in
I'll
front
give
of
it
me.
to
To
him.
be honest, I have
Honestly.
Steph, Dame, and Kyrie. Who else?
I mean, I think Harden the point guard.
Yeah.
I do. But,
Is he a
I
point?
mean, if I
Is
just
he
had
a
to go
point
through
I mean,
it
there
and just
was-
think,
Oh, he is.
I'm
He's
sure
a
the
two.
point
That's
guard,
what I
point
thought.
guard
Okay,
shooting
okay,
guard.
I thought he was a
before
two.
CP3
You know,
came, so I
It's
mean,
really, it's like when the second unit comes in, he's the point. He's the main ball handler
Yeah.
at most times. So it's his line between shooting guard and point is blurred sometimes, but I could put him in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm sure if I came down and I just thought about it and sat down and made a list, I think that I put him 6 to 8.
6
But,
to 8.
It's a 6 to 8.
Yeah,
Nah,
I'd say
he-
probably-
I
I'll
like
say
like
top
that, though.
5. I'll give it to him.
I'd say
I'll give it
5,
to him.
4 or 5.
Top 5.
What's
I
your
mean,
top
he's
5?
better than Kemba. I feel like he's better.
Ooh, what's your top 5? You talking about he ain't top 5? What's your top 5 then?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I would definitely put Harden
Okay.
in top 5. I'll put Luka.
Steph better than him.
Yeah, but he's not playing right now, so.
He's still in the league.
I mean, yeah,
He ain't-
I'd
I
still
mean,
put him in
she's
top
not-
5.
She's not wrong, but I
He's
mean,
not
it's
playing
kind of
now,
like
but I
a.
mean,
It's-
he would be
He's
top
gonna come
5.
back this year,
It's
though, so
back
it's
and
like,
forth.
yeah.
But he is elite.
Yeah,
He is
yeah,
elite.
yeah.
No,
for
he is.
sure,
That-
for
I
sure.
mean, he reminds me of like a vanilla James Harden.
A vanilla chicken.
Yeah, like
What?
his step back mean. He has a skill for drawing
Dirty.
fouls, which, contrary to popular belief, is a skill. There
It
is
is,
there
for
is
sure.
a skill
Yeah.
to
For
knowing
sure.
how
Yeah.
to.
But Harden
draw
at
a foul.
times do excessively flop, in my opinion, especially in that San
Right.
Antonio game last night.
I got you.
But
I'm
I
not
mean,
saying they
yeah.
carbon copies.
Right.
Oh no, I'm not saying that.
I'm
now.
not saying that. I'm not saying he is a carbon. That James Harden is a melanated Luka Doncic. I ain't
Not a
saying that
melanated.
just for just straight up carbon copy clone. I'm just saying that they remind me of somewhat.
Yeah.
Like I think that Harden's most unique or iconic move is his step back. It's becoming Luka's.
Yeah.
Luka get to the line, and he's a big guy. Like that's a big man. He was about to go for 40 and 20 on my Pelicans last night, but
Lovely.
but they second team blew us out
Man.
because we ain't all that.
Lovely.
But he was going to. The man is great.
Continue.
He's elite.
Definitely.
And I feel like the one knot that people always has against Luka, like I feel like if he had this one quality about him, people would be so receptive to him being top 5, athleticism. If this man was doing 360 dunks like Zach LaVine or doing a cutback one-handed tomahawk like LeBron, people would be like, oh yeah, he probably the best guard in the league. But just because he's not athletic, his game is not as flashy as those guys, they're like, oh, he's not top 5 because such and such and such and such. They always find that excuse because of athleticism. I feel like people overrate that in that regard.
Oh, well.
That's a good point.
I didn't get to answer the question. it's something about Europeans and the Mavericks, just work out, just like two doves. It's a beautiful thing. So the kid is elite. That's all I had to say about that.
Man, let's move on.
You know, Mark.
Don't be
Right.
mad, fool. Don't be mad, fool. Don't be mad because that boy a dog like that. He liked that. Boy, nice. I don't like his number, though. That's one thing I don't like. 77, that is ugly. But the boy, you know what I'm saying? He go crazy, though.
They ain't stopping Marlon Humphreys. 44 ugly, too.
Yeah, I hate ugly numbers. Jesus. Man, he ain't got no
But-
swag. Like, I want to buy his jersey, but I just feel like it's ugly. Like 77.
You gotta buy a throwback
You couldn't
77
have 5
on
or
top of
7
one
or
time.
something. Like,
Come
if
on.
it was 7, it must be clean. I ain't gonna lie to you. Melo, I ain't gonna disrespect Melo. Like
Yeah,
Melo
but-
ain't just come back in the
Right,
league. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Hey, like, how y'all doing?
Hello.
Bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't been doing that. All right.
I didn't say anything
You
bad about
right,
Carmelo.
fool.
Yeah.
I ain't say nothing bad about
That's
the
why,
man.
that's why I felt like we were disrespecting him because we didn't say nothing.
We didn't
about
bring
him.
nothing up about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
He really
We
just
talked
came
definitely
back.
made a comeback.
He came
Definitely
back
made a
like what he say on that song? I guess you wonder where I've been. You know, he came back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, he came back. You know what I'm saying? Good, that boy. Say that boy Melo. But
Talking
Melo
about
something serious. He's something serious. And his jersey tough too. That 00 with Trey. I might
So
have to
double
get that.
zero is not uglier than 77.
No.
Nah, that's tough.
That's not even
00
close.
is tough.
77 is disgusting.
Yeah.
To all the people out there for Christmas, I just gave y'all a hint on what I want. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, y'all better come through for Saucy Dave, all right?
Yeah.
You better come through.
49ers,
hits.
Ravens. Was this a Super Bowl preview? And if so, are you watching it a second time? Wilson.
Yeah, I would, but then again, like this is honestly one season I don't see like a clear Super Bowl contender because I feel like 3 people from the NFC could make it and probably 3 people from the AFC could make it. So I feel like it's still kind of wide open, but as regarding to the Ravens and the 49ers, yeah. It was a great game. I mean, you get to see 49ers great defense going against Lamar Jackson and his explosive offense. And I feel like it'll be very entertaining, really.
So you watching that again?
Oh yeah, definitely.
For sure. Tia Johnson.
I agree with Will. There's more games. I feel like this probably wasn't the Super Bowl preview. It was a good game. I'd watch it again. And just like he said, a good offense going with a good defense. So it was a good game.
Of course I'm watching it again. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying Action Jackson the whole year. You know how I feel about the kid, man. The offense, Hollywood, Mark Ingram. They got a whole name me one team in the NFL that has 3 Heisman Trophy winners on their team. There's none. All right, they got the Heisman package. So I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying? I'm with the Ravens. And they got my boy Earl. And they got Marcus Peters because their defense tough too. So, I'm going to rock with them. So I'm going to watch it again. I'm still Cowboys Nation, though, just for y'all just had a thought that I wouldn't. All right, go ahead.
Nah, this ain't the Super Bowl.
I didn't say that.
It's not it. I mean, that was the question.
I
Was
thought
this
you were
the Super
saying
Bowl
like, would I
preview?
watch it again? I'll watch the game
it's a
again.
two-parter.
Nah,
think-
are
you
they in
think
the
it's
same
kinda wide
division?
open, too?
Are they in
A
the same
little bit?
division?
No, they're not.
Okay.
They're in different conferences.
Well, I was
so,
gonna say they can't have them.
no.
You're right, because
so
it was
no,
a
I'm not
whole
watching
Super
that.
Bowl before. I'm
I
tripping.
mean, yes, I'm watching that game again. It was a great game. Lamar. I'm watching any Super Bowl. I'm watching any game.
I'm watching any Super
that,
Bowl, period.
that has Lamar Jackson in it.
Not for sure.
But the San Francisco 49ers ain't making it because my boys is.
And if y'all go, the Ravens
The Saints is playing. All right, so no, it's not a Super Bowl preview.
That's cool.
I don't think that San Francisco just dropped to the 5 seed like a snap, just quickly. All right, they
Bro.
went from being at the top of the world to having to
Hold
go
on.
up against. Now, granted, they would be going against the Cowboys week 1. I mean, not divisional round, wild card.
Yeah.
So, I do think they will be favored. They will be favored in that matchup. But, nah, I still got my Saints. Man, nobody changed my mind.
Fam.
They don't need to.
I mean, I'm not mad at
Did
you.
you know? Did y'all know that Alabama is number 12?
Right.
That is a beautiful sight to see. I just wanted to let y'all know that. Like, I'm sorry for that. Just came up in my head. Like when you was talking, I just felt like
What about the Saints going to the Super Bowl made you think Alabama would be in 12?
I forgot what you said. Something, bro. Oh, you said the 49ers had got dropped to number 5, and that just made me think like Alabama is not in the top 10 for the first time in like 2 decades. You know that?
I know.
That's like 20 years. Okay.
I know.
All
I'm
right, go
hate
ahead.
Alabama.
Just had to let you know that. Like that's just wild, and I love it. Go ahead though.
You know what? I'm going to take that transition. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move into our rapid fire questions because we talking about Bama in our rapid fire questions.
I hope I get it.
So
I don't like
I'm
them
going to go
anyway.
ahead and we're going to have Jacoby hand them out. And after this little break, we're going to be right back with rapid fire question. All right, welcome back to Rapid Fire Questions for Out of Bounds. let's go ahead and get it. Dave luckily got his little question about college football playoffs. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put 1 minute on the clock. We're going to let you start it off.
Yes,
Dave,
sir.
give me a little second. Got to put the timer up here. We have a technical difficulty, but we're here. All right,
Yes,
you
sir.
ready?
Let's get it, man.
3, 2, 1.
Yes, sir. So my question is, predict what 4 teams will be in the CFB playoffs. Now, I'm just going to start off by saying that Alabama is nowhere near the top 5 or the top 4. So, and it's coming up towards that time of the year. So, I don't think they're going to be in it. But for sure, you know what I'm saying? 1, we got LSU in that thing. That's all for real. 2, we got Ohio State in that thing. That's all for real. For 3, I'm going to go with them boys, Clemson. Go ahead and throw them in there. For 4, who we got? Who in that top? Who I want it for? Oh, you?
Oklahoma. Yeah.
I want Oklahoma in that thing? I guess they can go in there, bro. I guess they can go in there. If they go, they're not going to the ship at all. That's it.
All right.
If they got up, for sure, they're not going to the ship, though. They're definitely
Who wants to go next?
They definitely get
I'll
beat, though.
All right,
Oh,
Tia
boy.
Johnson, the leading lady.
They definitely get beat.
Minute on the clock. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Would you bench James Harden in the fourth quarter after scoring 60? Honestly, this is like a yes and no. Like, I would leave him in just because, like, why not? He's scoring for us. And I would bench him just to give other people some playing time. So.
All right. Simple. Hey, short and sweet. Wilson. My
All right,
boy.
so
All right, now. You ready?
yes, sir. Let's get
3,
it.
2, 1.
So, did I think the Patriots were exposed last game against the Texans? I mean, I feel like they were somewhat because I always been saying for a while that their defense is pretty elite. I'm not gonna lie, but they're somewhat overrated due to the strength of schedule. But I mean, it's the Patriots. They have the worst division in football, so I try not to hold it against them. But I mean, when they went up against Baltimore and just now Houston, and Tom Brady got beat by 2 black quarterbacks. That's so beautiful. But
Wow.
Yeah, so the Patriots, I just feel like once they play like a team with a really, really great offense, I feel like they wouldn't shine as much as they would against like other lower teams. So I just feel like the Patriots, they were kind of exposed somewhat a little bit by the Texans. So I mean, you know.
For sure. All right. Wait, Will, man. He said it straight up. You can't
That's
say that.
beautiful, though.
Now I feel bad for saying melanated and vanilla.
Nah, you good.
Nah.
You good.
Nah,
you
you
good. Yours is slide.
Targeting.
Yeah, that's a flag. That's you getting kicked out for the next game for sure.
All right, man. All right, y'all. Put my time. My question is, what are the top 3 worst fan bases in the NFL?
Oh
I
God.
know
Number
what you gonna
one.
say. I know what you gonna say.
Number 1. This is not even close, not questionable. I don't know why people don't say this. The Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all are terrible people. I'm sorry. Y'all threw snowballs at Santa. The Washington, I ain't gonna say they name, because I ain't with that. Y'all beat up the mascot. Then he went outside and y'all broke his leg. Y'all threw D-sized batteries at your now head coach Doug Peterson when he was a player. Y'all are terrible. And y'all booed Michael Irvin when he had his career-ending injury. Terrible. Cowboys, y'all are delusional. Do I really need to say anything more? All right, then. Now this one right here, the Los Angeles Rams. How are you a great team last year and you cannot fill the seats? The Texas High School State Football Championship will have less empty seats than a regular Rams game. I don't understand it. Please explain it. That's my top 3. Yes, Wilson, y'all are terrible people. I'm sorry. Y'all are terrible, bro. The city of Philadelphia has terrible fans.
I
Like,
often forget about them. Like, very often.
this man talking like he on the mic. We couldn't hear you.
Oh my God, you had to do my boy like that.
There you go, bro. Go ahead and say something.
Look, top 3 worst fan bases. What?
I ain't
Put some
asking all that.
put some bass in your voice.
It's gonna be Eagles, then it's gonna be
Y'all are
Raiders,
funny.
then it'll be Dallas. Raiders fans are worse. I don't care.
What? They have a good fan base.
Nah, I feel say they
Yeah.
nah, cause I work
Rowdy
for the
sometimes.
Texans,
They
and
get
when they
rowdy.
played the Texans, I swear to God, whole NRG was black and Silver. I
Yeah,
swear.
they have a huge
I
We not
swear.
talking about,
base.
just because you huge don't mean you ain't bad. They got a huge fan base. They terrible. They delusional. No offense. Y'all
Yeah,
are
our
a different
fan base is
level.
huge.
Y'all are terrible people. Like
As a person,
like it's
as
just
a human being.
Who throws snowballs at Santa?
I mean,
Who throws batteries?
What's his name?
Who throws batteries? They threw a cheesecake at a place.
Riley.
The list goes on and on.
Riley
and on
from
and
the
on.
Boondocks.
I mean, hey.
You said who?
Yeah.
Who throws snowballs at Santa? Riley
Nah,
from
he
the
shot him.
Boondocks. Really,
He
he
shot
shot
him.
him with
not
some
necessarily
BB
gonna
guns.
be proud
but
of that, but I mean, hey, I mean,
Y'all are. Oh
still.
my, Jesus. Anyway,
at least we're honest about a team, not delusional. So I mean,
wow,
hey.
that don't make you number
Was
one.
that a shot?
Look,
Is
I'd
that
rather
a
be
shot? That's what you was trying to do?
I'd
No,
rather be
I can't shoot
delusional
right now.
than
We're
throw
both in the
batteries.
Okay.
Well, I can't even say both because
All right,
we.
then.
We gonna get into that when
All
these
right,
cameras go off. But
Oh my God.
wow, this man said y'all delusional, but he throwing batteries. Have you ever been hit with a battery?
No, but I bet it hurts like heck.
Yeah, I do.
I bet it does.
Yeah. Anyway, but y'all, I just want to close this out. Let y'all know, you know what I mean. This will be my last episode. Unfortunately, I want to say thank you to my
Really finna
co-host.
leave us.
Go ahead and play the violin for me. Thank you to my co-host for taking me and rolling with me on this amazing journey. Thank you for the viewers for being there. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. Thank you for TSU Herald for this opportunity. You know, it's all love on this side. I'm going to be around. I ain't going to be going nowhere. But this has been Out of Bounds, and I have been the Mouth of the South. We'll see y'all next time.